their own sense of that. And in engaging in this sort of philosophical dialogues together, we respect each other's autonomy and points of view, and they have developed a lot of confidence in their own abilities to evaluate problems. Now, sometimes that can be challenging with teenagers in particular, where, my children will say to me, well, what is a child, Mom? I'm 17. Why can't I do what you do? At what point et cetera. And there are times where we'll engage in those conversations, and there are times where I'll say, that's very interesting, you still can't, take my car and go whatever, So we're not in this mode all the time, but I think it does create a sort of a lightness about the way we engage with each other, because there is a lot of trust. And I do think that a lot of that has come from these kinds of conversations happening all the time over the years. So what are some strategies for engaging with children in thinking about philosophical questions? How do you identify when a child might be seeking a philosophical exchange? First, instead of reacting to a child's question with an answer or advice, pause and reflect a little. What is the child asking? It's because it's the child's questions that should spur the philosophical conversation, right? The idea isn't to enlighten the child with your thoughts about, say, free will or whatever, but to invite them to share the questions that intrigue them, and then to allow the conversation to flow from that. Because when I facilitate a philosophy session in a classroom, for example, I'll usually bring a story or something, but I don't really have any idea where it's going to go. I might think we're going to end up talking about free will, but we might end up talking about the nature of beauty or something completely different, because I want the questions to emerge from what interests the children. So listen for questions that invite deeper inquiry, like, are numbers real? And then respond not by trying to answer it, but by asking the